I'm too old and I'm too pregnant and I am far too tired to be up at this hour of the morning. I'm not a morning person. Go away. Hello, Tubies. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing fantastically fabulous. We have to do a part 2, sort of. Probably just gonna call it like the 5th Q&A video. I love when my Tubies ask me questions. It gives me content. It gives me a reason to make YouTube videos. And we just answered all kinds of questions today. So we're going to start off in the comments and then go to the community section. If you post a question after I've made this video, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I promise. So, let's see. This person asks, have you ever had a very physical spirit be pretty much a relationship in the dream state? No. No. I've had spirits, like, come to me in my dreams, but I've never had, like, sex with them or, like, had a physical relationship with them in any way. I think if I was having a physical, sexual, intimate kind of relationship with a spirit in my dream, I would probably be under attack by a succubus. Who doesn't love carbonated water? We don't drink pop anymore, we don't drink iced tea anymore, we drink carbonated water, okay? And this one is flavored lemon citron. Anyways, so that answers that question. Are either of your cats your familiar? Do you believe in such thing? I do believe in familiars, however, I feel like TV shows like Charmed 1.0, although their cat wasn't really a familiar, it was more of just a cat that was a magical being who turned into a human being. Hi, spoiler, how are you? In Sabrina, like the new Sabrina, the SJW Sabrina, the one where they have to throw transgendered people and like gay relationships, played by straight people, by the way. Okay, don't talk to me about having diversity in your TV shows if you're gonna have straight people play transgendered roles or gay roles or bisexual roles. That's just your white privilege. Okay, I'm done being a pretend fucking snowflake. So, what was I talking about? Oh yes, in Sabrina, they have, like, is it Helda? I think it's Helda. I don't know, I can't remember her name. I was watching it last night, but I'm, like, half asleep, so calm down. Aunt Helda has pet spiders. I don't like spiders. No, keep them away. And Sabrina has her cat, whose name I now just forgot. Oops. Anyways, and they're considered familiars, but social media, pop culture, you know, they don't know. I don't think in today's era there's any such thing as a familiar. Now, in terms of spiritual beings and entities, like, you might see, like, your spirit animal, that might be considered, like, a familiar, depending on how you look at that and depending on your craft. But for my two creatures that are walking around right now and getting fat off their wet food. Miss Pippies is a fat little creature. You know, there's no fat acceptance in this house, Miss Pippies. You get on a diet, no one gonna love you. It's okay, she's been neutered. I don't consider my cats to be my familiars. With social media today, they have just destroyed the notion of a familiar, and there's a lot of people out there who say, oh yeah, my dog or my cat or my snake or my mouse or whatever is my familiar, and they don't take care of it properly. They don't feed it properly, they don't, if it's a dog, they don't take it for walks very often. I've seen on social media, oh, my familiar is very sick, help me, I can't afford to take it to the vet. No. Then you need to give up your animal. You need to surrender your animal. If you cannot afford to take care of your animal properly, okay, then you need to surrender your animal. Okay? I always make sure that there's money in the bank for any emergency vet visits because, you know, these creatures are getting older. Mr. Goose Goose over here, Mr. Whiskers, he's 11, and Miss Pippies is gonna be 8. They're ancient. His old cat bones are just moving about. Tiny bones. So, but he doesn't act like an old cat. He's like a kitten. Just a kitten. Just a curious beast. Wants to play all the time, completely annoying. But I don't consider my animals, and I don't think I would ever consider any of my animals to be my familiars. Now, did they reach out to me when I was going to choose an animal that I wanted to be as my pet? Absolutely. Mr. Goose Goose bonded with me perfectly, and he is a cat that I needed at that time in my life. I needed something to love unconditionally and be loved unconditionally by, and that is the cat that he became. And then he needed a friend because I would go to work and there would be no one there for him like all day. So when he was, I'd say about 3, was it 3? Yeah, it was 3. I got him Miss Pippies, and Miss Pippies is my snuggle beast, and she's my squeaky beast because if you pick her up she squeaks. And she doesn't like other people. She hides from people. But she's my tiny little ball fur, and I love her more than anything. She's like Oprah Winfrey. One minute she's skinny, and the next minute she's fat. But she doesn't have any medical conditions that I know of that causes that. It's just, you gotta be careful with what you feed her. So, yeah. I hope that answers your question. What's next? Do you think you can still be a money witch, but put your focus and intention into learning money management and saving? Absolutely. Absolutely. Abso-frickin-lutely. I can't see why you can't be. I think that would be where you would just evolve as a money witch. And last night I ended up doing a binding spell on myself, right? So the intention of the spell was to bind my hands such that I can't make stupid money choices, right? Like all I'm spending my money on is food and bills. Food and bills. Food, bills, food, bills, food, bills, food, bills. That's it. And I worked with the spirits of the land and the earth and the spirits of the dead, so some good old-fashioned earth magic, right? You know? And I could feel my hands just being bound, right? Sometimes you have to do a binding spell. Like, we talk about doing binding spells on everybody. Oh, Cindy this and Cindy that and Cindy over there gets bound, and like George and Banana Cakes and Bob and just anybody you can think of. Oh, I'm binding this person. But have you ever thought of just doing a binding spell on yourself? Now this particular spell is not fully going to work if I just make the decision to be stupid, right? Like if I just decide that I'm gonna go and spend all my money on stupid things that I don't need, then that's my own fault. But the spell helps me with my mundane in recognizing that, okay, do I need this? Do I need this? I don't think I need this. I definitely don't need this, right? And it just kind of makes you think 4 times. You know how everybody says, oh, you gotta think twice? No, this makes you think 4 times before doing something stupid. Now, there is always leeway in these types of magics for, you know, because you gotta have some pleasure in your life. But when I'm talking about being stupid, I mean, like, let's say I go and buy groceries and pay off my bills and all that stuff, and at the end of the day I have like $150 left. Well, my impulse thought might be, let's go on a road trip, let's go to Banff, let's go here, let's go there, let's get out of the city. And that costs money. It costs gas money, it costs food money, it costs road snack money. It just, no. Absolutely not. Like, that's stupid. Don't do stupid things. Now, every now and then you gotta go on a road trip, right? You gotta get out of the city, you gotta breathe the mountain air. But don't be stupid, right? Don't be stupid. So I think I can be a money witch and save all my pennies and be better at money management. Now, there is a question in the community section, and I'm sure there will be more questions throughout the day, but I wanted to read this one, and I will do other Q&A videos down the road. This one is, I was wondering if you read tarot. Do you ever do spells involving tarot? So one of my favorite spells to do involving tarot, and I do read tarot. I read tarot with the Morrigan in order to get a better, like, have better communication with her, because she's just like blah 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 blah. And I'm like, hi, is that English? I don't know what that is. But maybe we could speak English, because this is an English-speaking country. Blah 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 blah. You're a racist. So that's pretty much our conversation, unless I bring out tarot cards, where I will do the Celtic Cross, and I talk about this in the Goddess series, so I won't go too in-depth here. But I do the Celtic Cross, and it's like a series of conversations that we're having about events unfolding in my life and messages that I need to know about. Lately, I've been using tarot cards and communicating and letting the spirits guide me. Not because I don't want to communicate with Morgan, just because she's busy with other things. So, and there isn't really much to do with her, although I do need to find me some red candles, so she get antsy. But I do read tarot cards. I don't read them. I used to do free tarot readings, and every now and then I'll get a message saying, hi, do you do free tarot readings anymore? And I'm like, no. And I refuse to do paid ones because I think that's just overdone in the witchy community. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing, but in my opinion, it's overdone in the witchy community. Especially when they're like, I'm gonna show you this tarot reading I did for Bob. Like, I used to do a little bit of those videos, and it doesn't go anywhere. It's just no. Also, non-witchy question, how did you learn your computer skills? So, I was originally going to college to become an RN, a registered nurse. And that was around the time Facebook launched. That's how old I am, right? Like, Solitary Luna says, oh, I'm 56. And I'm like, honey, please, you don't look a day over 40. I'm at least 73. Like, calm down. Your bones don't creak when you move, mine do. So, I'm fucking Methuselah over here. So, Facebook came out, and I just kind of fell in love with, like, the design, and, I mean, it was really basic and simple at that time, and I was kind of getting into computer stuff at that point. Like, I was a part of this site, it was a Canadian site, I think it was Canadian, it might have been American, but no, I'm 97% sure it was Canadian, called Nexopia, where, like, it was just these forums. You guys remember forums? Like, not Reddit, but forums with actual threads and posts and stuff like that? Reddit's not a forum, it's a cluster, okay? It's a cluster full of SJWs. But back in the day with forums and like chatting with people and having heated conversations and just all kinds of things. It was a power trip. It was fun. And I wanted to understand more of how these things were built, how these things were done, why they were done this way, and how I could build something like this. So around that time is when I think MySpace was starting to die, but I was getting into it more than I was in the past. And I was doing custom designs for it because you could really customize the hell out of your MySpace page. So I would do these custom designs and people would pay me for them, and they were like really great and fantastic and amazing. And then I decided to go to a technical college that we have here, and I took the software program. I was like, why not? I got accepted for their software development program and legal assistant. And with legal assistant, there's nowhere to go. You're just this person's bitch for the rest of your life until you're like 90 years old. You don't become a lawyer, none of that. And so I was like, that's boring. So I decided to become a software developer, and So I went to school for it. I didn't get like a degree or like a master's. I just got a diploma. And it took me a year after school because when I was in school, it was 2008. Y'all remember 2008 when the world was falling apart? I mean, the world is still falling apart. Trump is going to get acquitted. You people have failed in your duties, okay? Maybe you won't re-elect him and you'll learn your lesson. I don't know. It's America after all. But so 2008, the world was crashing around us, right? It was the Great Depression. People call it the Great Recession. No, it was the Great Depression all over again. And when I came out of school around, what was it? Was that 2010? Was it 2009? Because it was a 2-year program. Did I go in at 2006 and come out at 2009? I don't know, my diploma's somewhere up on a wall. But the point is that when I came out, it was exceptionally difficult to find a job because every company wanted 10 years of experience. And I'm like, hi, I just graduated. So I eventually, after a year, found a job, and it's just been going ever since. And I love working from home. I worked in an office for a lot of years and I hated it. I hate working in an office. I hate the people. I hate the environment. I hate everything about it. Like, it just makes me want to stab myself in the throat. Like, I just hate working in an office. I don't think I could ever work in an office. I think if my current job was like, hi, we're switching over to office mentality and you have to be here 8 hours a day, I'd be like, and I quit. I need my freedom. I need to be able to go to the mountains. I need to be able to take a day off. I need to be able to, all of that fun stuff. I need my freedom. Okay? And my freedom doesn't come with me working in an office. So, I hope that answers all of your witchy questions and you know what to do, my fabulous little creatures. There's a comment box down below. You can leave your hate messages. You can tell Cindy the vegan that you love her. You can ask more questions, witchy and non-witchy. You can spray my cats with a water bottle because they sit by the door and meow, and it's like, no, you're not going out that way. If you want to go outside, you go on the balcony. It's covered in snow right now. Do you want to go out there? Your paws won't like it. So, yeah. I'm leaving now.